morning. It is Monday. We have teacher in service today, so there'll be no students. And I walk in and this thing is falling off. I thought I did it all with hot glue, but apparently I missed that section or something. I don't know. So I gotta see if I can get it back up there, because, oh no, I guess I didn't do it, because I can see it's double-sided tape. Probably was a temperature change, so. And I am feeling better. That fell off the wall too. My 100 chart fell off the wall. There. Somewhere over there. Anyway, I am feeling better, but it's not like, I'm still a little bit congested. And it's like really hard to breathe. You know what I mean? Like, it's just because I can't breathe through my nose as well. I mean, I can some, but not a lot. So, and I didn't get to talk to you guys at all. I am getting a new student, so they'll be here tomorrow. It's a girl, which is kind of exciting because I have a lot of boys going on in this room. They told me on Thursday. They told me on Thursday I was getting a new student. So I'm trying to make sure I have everything done. But anyway, so the in-service today, I need to find my Conscious Discipline book, is about conscious discipline. So I will need to get my Conscious Discipline book for that. But I did get here a little bit early just so I can vlog, because I knew if I got here later, I probably wouldn't have time to vlog or even a chance to, because there'd be a bunch of people here and people would probably come in my room and, you know, all that stuff like that. I locked my door at this time just because I don't want somebody walking in, because it's super awkward when someone walks in when you're vlogging. Yeah, and I had to clean up this mess I have on my desk, so I need to get that done too. But I think I'm pretty much ready for the week. I just need to get... I'll have some time this morning that I can probably get a few things done. What time does our thing start at? I found a new podcast, and you guys may have heard of it. It's called Limetown. Limetown? Is that what it's called? Let me see. No, it's not on here anymore. Anyway, so I think it's called Limetown. Yes, it's called Limetown. They are, like, I guess Facebook is doing a show of it on their Facebook Watch. So, and it popped up on that. Actually, it popped up on my Instagram. And then I was like, what is this? I went and looked at it. But originally it started as a podcast. So, like, it's been many years now, like 2015 or 14 it came out. So it's been like 4 or 5 years. It's about this town that was like a research area or something. And then all the people, like, something happened there. And then all the people just disappeared. Fake. It's not like a real thing. But so 10 years ago, over 300 men, women, and children disappeared from a small town in Tennessee, never to be heard from again. In this podcast, American Public Radio reporter Leah Haddock asks the question once more: what happened to the people in Limetown? It is Monday, so it is time for Coffee Talk Monday. Cue the intro. And this one came from Damien, but he commented about having a work life, like a work and then like home life balance, and like being able to go home at a decent time. And that one's tough, just because I'm one of those people that I don't stay late. I don't come in on weekends and stuff. I don't see what the difference is between doing it. Like, it doesn't get you anything more by doing it. So I think I had to come to a realization that the work is going to be there regardless if I stay late and do it or I come back and do it the next day. Now, that's not to say that I don't, like, I'm here early. I come in early. I come in at 7 o'clock every day just because I don't like staying late. And so, yes, I can't say that I don't do work outside of my contract hours, but I find the time that works for me. However, I do not do work over the weekend. And I used to always come home and I would get on Pinterest, I'll look up new ideas and everything. I've stopped all that too. It doesn't do anything. It does not make me a better teacher. But I also make good use of my time when I'm in school. So what I mean by that is that I'm not just sitting around doing like, it's my plan period. I'm not over talking to the teacher next door. I'm in my room using that time to get stuff done. Or I'm using time that my kids are working on something that they can do by themselves. I come over and I start working on something I need to get done. So, or if, especially at the beginning of the school year, it does get really hectic at the beginning of the school year. When my students are doing practice for like their daily 5 or their guided reading time, and they're practicing working independently, I'm at my table so they can see me working there and know not to bother me, but I'm working on stuff that I need to be working on. And I think it's different for every single person, but I just refuse to use my weekends and my time at home with my family to do work for school. if that makes any sense. Now, I do come in early, like I said, just because that is the time that nobody else is here, and it allows me time to get my stuff done. And then I'm using that time during the day as wisely as I can. So every free minute, I'm not standing around just being like, all right, you guys are working on that. Nope, sorry. I'm at my desk, like getting it cleaned up. I'm looking at what I need to do, replying to emails, all those kind of things at those times. I wish there was like the easy answer to it all, but I really think the easiest answer to it all is just letting it go. So just setting it down at the end of the day and being like, you know what? It's going to be here tomorrow. I'm gone. I had many years where I felt like I need to be filling all that time. I came out on the weekends. I worked at home while we were watching TV. I was working on stuff. And then I realized like the stuff is still going to be there the next day. Like it doesn't change anything. The work is still there. And so that's when I really just had to like drop it all. I just dropped it. I was like, you know what? I'm going home. Like I'm not going to stay here all day long and do this work. So I think that's the biggest one, is learning to let it go. Like you just have to let it go. And so I wish there was like an easy answer to this, Damien, but there's not. I think really the biggest one though is just letting it go. Like go home and don't think about school. Don't think about work. Think about your family and your life, because you know what? You need that time. So I know, and I think it's just that whole point where we put in so much as teachers and we feel like society expects that of us. It's like people know that, oh, teachers work really hard when they're home. We don't have to. We shouldn't have to do that. So that's my biggest thing. I don't know. I maybe other people will comment down below, help Damien out. How have you found a work-life balance? Comment down below. But my biggest one, I think, is just letting it go. Like realizing that you're not Superman. You just gotta let it go. Good morning. It is Tuesday. It is October 29th, I believe. And my Halloween special is coming out today, so hopefully you guys enjoy that. I don't know. It was hard to film because it's like really dark, all the places that we went to. And then like trying to film while I was walking and stuff is really hard. So hopefully it came out okay. It didn't make you guys too sick. Anyway, so I got another message on Instagram from somebody. It was from Amy Nails Life, and she wanted to know how I keep from working and stuff on the weekends. And that part of it is that same thing as I talked about in Coffee Talk Monday. That's why I'm kind of keeping this going, because it just happened to fall during the same week, and I just figured to go ahead and talk about it. I just stopped doing it. Like, I started realizing over time that I was taking stuff home, but I wasn't really doing it. So then I was having it again. So I was like, what's the point of taking it home? So then I stopped taking it home. And then I started realizing, like, what's the point of working on the weekend? And because I did it a few times, I was just like, I don't see the point in this. So then I stopped doing that too. But I didn't try to, like I said before, I tried to make better use of my time. So one of the ways that I do it a lot is making lists. I do make a lot of lists, and that's what the person said. I know, so you do this. Is it making you more effective? It does. For me, it makes me more effective. I was a big bullet journaler. Like when it first came out, I was really big into it, and I still use it. I just don't do it in that capacity of having a journal that everything is listed. So currently it's inside of my Happy Planner, and I have a little section over here on the side that just says to do, and I write all my to-dos down, which I need to write mine down for today. That way I can keep track of everything I need to do. You're always going to run into those things where you're going to have to do something outside of your work hours just because it's going to have to happen. I used to have a laminated checklist that I would do that was the prepping for the next week. It was the same stuff every single time. I need to create a new one. I got rid of my old one because it just didn't work for this new district. And so I need to create a new one. So I might just add that to my list of things I need to get done. I do have a repeating thing that I do for prepping for the next week all the time. So I do have ones like getting the vocabulary cards, getting their high frequency word cards, getting our read aloud cards, getting our storybook prepped, getting, all those kind of things, getting interactive notebooks, and it's all the same stuff every week. It's the same type of things that I'm doing because we do have a routine. Prepping for guided reading, all that stuff. So I think having a master checklist that probably is not something you're going to have inside maybe you don't want to have it in your planner at all, just because it is going to repeat and repeat and repeat and repeat. What works for me may not work for you, but I do like to keep organized with checklists. I do like to have a place like I have right now. It doesn't have a lot in it, but I used to have my Wednesday basket, which just happened to have my curriculum book inside of it, or Wender's teacher's manual, but I have a basket that I keep on my desk that I throw in all my random crap that does not need to be taken care of right away. Don't fill your time trying to get stuff done that doesn't need to be done right away. Get those important things done. The things that are on your checklist, you put them on your checklist because they need to be done right away. Your Wednesday basket, which now it's not called a Wednesday basket for me, just because I don't have early release on Wednesdays anymore. A basket that you would know that on a certain day or something that you can use. Like I could do mine on Monday. So I could use mine as a Monday basket because on Mondays I have counselor in the afternoon. And so I have 30 minutes that I can sit here at my desk and clean out this basket. So just having a basket like that just throws all your old stuff that does not need to be done right away, but you do know that you need to go through it and file it and maybe fill it out. Maybe it's like, oh, I don't need to do this for another 2 weeks. I'm just going to put it in the basket. So just going through that stuff and just getting rid of it, just putting it in the basket. So that's another one. Don't work on things that don't need to be worked on right away. Use your time more wisely. So I don't have the perfect solution to this, but I will. If I think of some more stuff, I'll talk about it some more tomorrow. But I need to get to today, so here we go. It is now October 30th. I didn't explain at all this week that it is Red Ribbon Week. At our school, I think Red Ribbon Week, nationally was last week. But since we didn't really have school last week, we decided to do it this week. So, which is why I'm wearing this, which you can't really see in the picture, but it is like a bright yellow, but it doesn't look that bright on this picture. But anyways, so yesterday was wearing red, which is why I was wearing the red t-shirt, or the red sweater. This time here, it is too bright for drugs or something. So tomorrow is blackout drugs. So we're supposed to wear black, which I am not dressing up for Halloween just because I wanted something easy to do. So I went to Walmart expecting to get I was like, oh, I'll go to the men's section and just get one of the t-shirts with a pumpkin face on it, like the jack-o'-lantern face. Our Walmart sucks. So I go there. The women's section has all of these different kinds of cute little Halloween t-shirts. The men's had two. So they had jack-o'-lantern ones, which were not in my size at all. They weren't even remotely close. They were the hugest sizes ever. And they had skeleton ones, which were I have a skeleton one at home if you're going to use that. I'm like, okay. Tomorrow is our Halloween party, which I'm not looking forward to at all. I feel like this thing is crooked. If it is, I'm sorry. I was trying to get it, because like I said before, I was trying to get it so I don't have so much of the background. But it's it doesn't really matter. I don't know. Anyways, and yesterday we finished up our spider stuff, and it was so funny because we got all done with it. And then I said, okay, we're gonna watch the 12 largest spiders in the world video, and they freaked out. Which I'm like, I get it, you guys. Like, I cannot stand spiders. Some of them did really well. They thought they were so cool. Then some of them were like, oh my gosh, Mr. Mark, this is so disgusting. And I'm like, I know, I'm sorry. But like the world's biggest one, I don't know if it's the world's biggest one, but the biggest one that they had on the video that they knew of was in Laos. And I'm like, unless you're going cave hunting in Laos, I don't think you're going to be finding that spider, so I think you're pretty good. But there was a lot of tarantulas on there, which, like, yeah, tarantulas are pretty big, like, and these ones are huge. They were like, you know. So, and I didn't even vlog yesterday. I got in my room. I was still trying to get everything, like, there's so many small things I have to get done for my new student that are not, like, I usually have all the information together, all the stuff I need, but then there's small things I can do right away, like their commitment cups, because I need to get their picture taken, so I can get those made ahead of time. So there's like little small things that I have to get made ahead of time. So I need to, we were supposed to be getting snow last night and everything, which I didn't see any snow, but it was like a 40% chance of snow, and we were supposed to have all this stuff was supposed to be happening. We have Halloween tomorrow. The Halloween parade tomorrow is going to suck, but because it's going to be cold. Because I think, that's my watch again. Temperature is supposed to be 35 with a 20% chance of snow, but the snow won't be until tonight. Oh, no. Between 12 and 3 o'clock, right during our lovely recess time, so. Which means, and I have recess duty, so that means I'll be having recess inside. Tomorrow's supposed to be 44, so Halloween's 44 is a high. Friday is 52, and then it kind of just stays in that range of the 40s and 50s for the next week or so. So, yep, it's gonna be cold. Happy Halloween! I am wearing my skeleton t-shirt. But anyway, I just had a parent drop off drinks. Yeah, today's the party though. I think it's gonna be okay. I will survive. I've survived other Halloweens. I don't normally have a party though, so that's why this one's kind of weird for me. But I have a hot mess going on my desk right now. Oh my gosh, this morning. Okay, so I'm like kind of all over the place. It just reminded me because of my glove. So, lucky now, I knew that it was snowed, like it snowed last night because it was snowing before I went to bed. It didn't snow a whole bunch, like maybe an inch or so, I'm guessing, but I'm not really positive. I don't know. So, but it wasn't a lot. So, when I came out this morning, I was like, okay, I need to grab my gloves. So I looked for my gloves, found my gloves, which I only have one on right now because that's all I had. The other one's in my pocket of my jacket. And then I found my scarf, and I'm like, okay, so I'm good there. So I get out to my car, and my car is just covered. And then I'm like, fudge. So I go over, and it looked like it was like not that bad. So I just took my glove, that's why I only had one glove because I was just using that. And I was like brushing it off. So it was fine. Well, when I got to the front window, it wasn't fine. It was ice on the front window. So I'm like, well, that's okay. Because you know what? From when we lived here before to, 10 years ago, I still have my ice scraper. So I'm like digging through my car. I'm like, where is my ice scraper at? And I couldn't find it. Oh, so frustrating. So I turned on my car and I was like, okay, let me see how long. So I sat there for a couple minutes and I'm like, I gotta go. Like, I can't sit here. Because it's right, like now, it's 7:25. So I'm like, I gotta go. Like, so I got there and I tried to like brush it off and try to get the windshield wiper off and stuff, and it just wasn't working. So then I was like, I'm pretty sure there's an ice scraper in the drawer in the kitchen. So I ran in there, found the ice scraper, came back out. By that point, I had already melted like a whole bunch of it. And I was like, but I still scraped as much as I could reach.
And then, so I'm driving, like at first it was a really rough drive because it kept blowing the snow off of my hood onto my windshield. And then it would like start to freeze and then I would have to wait for it to like kind of defrost. It was a really interesting drive in, but it took me a little bit longer just today because I just wanted to make sure I was driving safely on the road. So, but it wasn't too bad. The roads weren't too bad. Welcome back to Kansas. It's October 31st and we have snow. So, well, I'm going to try to get some stuff done because I actually have not planned anything for next week. I mean, like I have stuff planned. I just haven't prepped anything for next week. So I'm going to take a little bit of time this morning, try to get that done. A couple of the things like I do have to make some copies. So I'll do that during my PE time. So I'll get all those ready too. So I did wear it because today's blackout drug, so that's another reason I'm wearing the black shirt. It kind of goes together with the Halloween theme and with our Red Ribbon Week, so it's kind of the reason I'm wearing that. But anyway, I'm going to go ahead and get to it. So Halloween in the classroom is officially over. It was actually, okay, so overall we had a really good day. I was actually very proud of my kids today. They were overall pretty well behaved. There was a few little small issues, but the morning started out fantastic. I was like, what? This is crazy. You guys are doing amazing. Like, it was awesome. When we got back from lunch, they started getting all kind of rowdy because they thought it was starting, and I was like, it doesn't start until 2 o'clock. It's only 12 o'clock. So they were like, oh, we have, you have good music, we have Math Center still, and like, and after Math Centers is when it'll start. I'm like, okay. So lucky enough, like, okay, so actually I didn't even do the morning. So the morning was so good. So like, we were supposed to do guided reading, and we started reading a book about like, it was a National Geographic book about Halloween. And so the kids were really getting into it, and they were like, we were talking about stuff like, oh, what's your favorite kind of candy? And we're doing all the little things that were in the book, and we're doing little jokes and everything. It took like straight up like 40 minutes. So the next thing I know, I look up and I'm like, it's 9:40. It's almost time to we have to go to PE in 20 minutes. So I said, you know what? We're not even going to worry about trying to do Daily 5 today and guided reading. I'm like, I'll just put on the fireplace. You guys get the flashlights, and you guys can just have like quiet time to read. If you want to read with a friend, you can. If you want to read by yourself, you can. And they were like, oh my God, that's amazing. So they loved it. So we did that. Then we went to PE. And then when we came back, they had MTSS. So we just did that. And then they went to lunch. So then they kind of got like a little antsy after lunch. But then they kind of got themselves back together when we did Math Centers. They were all pretty calm during Math Centers. After that, it was about 1:45, and that's when we were going to start getting dressed. So all the parents were out in the hallway, and they all came in and helped the kids get all dressed and everything. We went out and did the parade around the school, which was kind of a hot mess, I'll admit. And I think they're going to try to change it for next year because it was just too much. So then we went downtown, walked around downtown, and like they got candy downtown. Then we came back, and then the party started, and I had a parent that signed up for an activity, which the activity was really cute. They were using the tempera paint. I don't know how you say it. I always say it wrong. Word makes fun of me. And they had these candy corns, and they had to like dip their nose in the paint and then try to fill in the candy corn. And they had races, so there was a relay race. And whoever finished it first was the winner or whatever. So the kids had a lot of fun doing that. The mom that did it, she came over and apologized. Like, I'm sorry, I thought that was gonna be a lot different. I don't know. She's like, I was just asking people like for ideas for them, and someone said that one, and I'm like, it really wasn't that bad. Like, I think maybe it just seemed like it was kind of scary, but as a bystander of it all, it wasn't that bad. Like, yeah, some of the kids got paint on their faces, and then we just went and wiped off their face. Like, it wasn't a huge deal. A couple of them got it on their costume, and it just like wipes off because it's tempera paint, so, or tempera, whatever you call it. And you just wipe it off. So like, it really, there was a few of them. I made them like take off their wigs and stuff just so that they didn't get on their because I didn't want the wig falling in the paint and stuff. So I don't know. I thought it was a pretty cool activity. And then they did that ball where they had the saran wrap, and they had to unravel it, and they had to roll and try to get sixes. So they did that game next, and then by then it was like 3:15 or something. So I had them eat their snacks, and I put on Spookily the Square Pumpkin on Netflix, which they watched for like 10 minutes, and then they had to leave. So overall, I was freaking out about it because I hate parties. Like, I just don't like them. They're chaotic and weird. But overall, the kids did really well, and I was very pleased. Parents were well behaved too, and it was just like overall it was a good party. So anyways, I just wanted to share that with you guys. I was on my way home. Like, a lot of you know that my dad had a bunch of cameras, and so my mom gave me all those old cameras. If you guys don't know that, I've talked about it before, but I don't know. Like, I have a lot of new followers, so. But after my dad died, my mom had all these old cameras of his, so she just asked if anybody wanted them. So I took them all that we can find, and so they're on my shelves and stuff. But some of them still have film inside of them. And so my way home today, I was taking pictures of like just some old buildings and water towers and stuff on my way home. So it's taking me a little longer to get home today, just because I kept stopping. And so that way I can finish out the film. So because it was film inside the camera, so I want to get it developed to see what's on the pictures. So I went ahead and finished off the roll. So I just finished off another roll, and then I have another camera that has just a couple pictures left on it. I think it has like 21 or 22 on the little roll thing, and so I need to get that one done. But the battery's dead inside the camera, so I need to get a new battery for it. But anyway, I don't know. So that's what I was saying on the way home. But now I get to have Halloween at home, so that's gonna be fun. I don't know. I have stuff going in the crock pot, so. It's Friday, yay! We made it. Hopefully today won't be too bad. It is going to be sugar hangover day, so we'll see how that goes. Oh, they cleaned my desks. Yes, yay. So I went and got my coffee this morning. Of course, I got it iced again. And it's a crazy place to live at where you get an iced coffee, and it was just snowing yesterday. My sister the other day sent me a message. I think it was on Monday or Tuesday. It might have been Monday, and she said, yeah, I think it was Monday. She sent me this message of her like going to get coffee at one of our local coffee houses. And so she's like, getting coffee or whatever. And I said, oh, get me an iced coffee, a caramel latte or something. It's called a Carmelo at the place she was at, but it's like basically a caramel latte. So I'm like, give me an iced one. She's like, iced? It's like 35 degrees. And I seriously don't see the point. And like, what's the big deal? People go down to the store and buy, sodas that are iced. I'm like, I don't still see the difference between that and having an iced coffee. But she was like, it should be warmed. And I'm like, whatever, it's always iced. Like, you're never gonna get me to go, I love iced coffee. Like, that's just what I drink all the time. Every morning I drink it. Like, that's just my thing. That's what I do. And I don't see the difference in having an iced coffee and a soda that is cold, like, on a cold day. Like, people just do that. But for some reason, there's like this stigma that comes along with coffee having to be hot when it's cold outside. I don't know why. I just love coffee. I love the taste of it, and I love it iced, and so that's what I always do. So I just sent her a picture of my iced coffee. Yum, got my iced coffee, so we'll see what she says to it. Today's gonna be kind of I don't know, we didn't get a lot done this week, and I really feel like, okay, so people talked about how, which is so funny because this week was supposed to be about how, like, efficient I am and not getting stuff done, but I'll get to a point here in a minute. I don't think I was as efficient this week as I usually am. One of the issues is that I feel like my MTSS scripts are getting kind of repetitive, and like all of them they're kind of getting the same stuff. So today we're supposed to have our collaboration meeting to go over some of our intervention stuff. So I was going to talk to some of the other teachers and see, like, do you guys have any other ideas? Like, what do you guys do? Because I feel like it's just the same stuff over and over again. But at the same time, I'm planning for 2 other teachers too. So I have to plan for the 2 other
or aides that are in my room that are teaching the other two groups. Yes, I need to have, I have to make stuff that's easy for them to have a lesson plan and ready to go. So that's why I wanted to see if somebody else has some ideas. Well, I did not plan anything for that stuff for next week. So I don't know what's going to happen. So we'll just see. We'll just, I'm going to wait until MTSS, talk to them about, what to do. So they have activities for today. They should have enough activities, I think, to take them into next week. But that's one of those things. That's where my point I'm getting to is I didn't get it done, but I'm not going to stress about it. I'm not going to do it over the weekend. I'm sorry. There was so many times I've taken stuff home to do over the weekend and it never happened. So I just stopped doing it. And so I think you just have to let it go. At some point, just let it go. Yes, if there's something that's really pressing and you have to do it right away, then do it right away. Do it when you have that time during the day to do it. But all the rest of the stuff, put it in your basket and worry about it later. Because you know what? What's more important is you. And coming in and working late and coming in on weekends and all stuff does not make you a better teacher. Because of that, it is now 7:17. I need to get to it. So, time to be efficient.
So I have survived Halloween and the day after Halloween. Today actually wasn't too bad. I had a little tiny issues with a couple of students. They just wanted to be little stinkers. But, overall, for being the day after Halloween, it was pretty good. And I don't think I saw any kids with candy in their mouth. I was like, what? I don't know. Maybe parents have finally figured out that their kids sneak candy to school. I don't know. Or the kids are just getting better at hiding it. I'm not sure yet. But overall, it was a really good day. It was a Friday. We got all of our stuff done that we needed to. And we also made a thank you card to the parent that did our Halloween activity yesterday. So we did thank you cards to her. And I got the MTSS stuff kind of figured out, but I'm not sure how well it's going to work out. But we went to our meeting thing that we had today, collaboration meeting. And I saw the other first grade teacher was using the Wonders differentiated instruction stuff for hers. So I was like, oh, I didn't think about that. I don't know, we're going to try it. I made copies of the lesson plan things for them. I got their books ready, and then there was a paper I needed to photocopy, or not photocopy, but I need to get. Sorry, the puppy's all puppy. There was something I needed to get copies of, and I just was like, you know what? I'm not gonna worry about it, because I'm pretty sure they still have stuff left over from this week that they can carry over into next week. So I should have a day or two still to kind of fine tune the stuff. But I don't know. That should make my job way easier, because that's another one that I think you guys need to know. Is finding ways to cut out the fluff and the clutter and all that crap that you have because you think you need to do it. I don't really do I didn't really do homework because I don't want to grade stuff. Plus, I don't think it's fair for first graders to actually have homework. But they do have spelling word practice, so I use the tic-tac-toe thing so they can choose. And all I do is I don't need to see the work. I just need to see a parent sign off on it. I give them a smiley face, and then it's good to go. So I don't have to do a lot with it. So I think that's another one. It's getting rid of the busy work. So you are just spending your time grading and doing stuff that is important. So even during the class time, I actually don't have a lot of worksheets that we do. A lot of it's hands-on. A lot of it's, reading skills and other things that we're doing. I just don't do a lot of fluffy stuff. And then even when we're doing our math, we do it in small groups, so I'm able to watch them. And so I can grade it right away. And so they're getting instant feedback. So I think that's another part, is really trying to get rid of that fluff that you have and all that extra clutter that you have in your day that really is unnecessary. So I don't know. Hopefully this week was kind of maybe I gave you guys some tips, I don't know, to help you guys spend less time in the classroom after hours and more time with your families and stuff. I don't know if it's gonna help or not, but anyway, that's it for this vlog. So I hope you guys like what you saw. If you did, give me a thumbs up, subscribe to my channel if you haven't already, follow me on all of my social media that's listed right down below, and until next time, please don't forget to always be you. Bye.
I had several years where it was so far hard. It is April. I locked my door at this time.